And welcome to another meeting of Roseburg speakers and storytellers. I see a lot of smiling faces here, and we're going to have a fun meeting. So without further ado, let me introduce the Toastmaster of the day. Wait, I got to find him. Please welcome Don McCandy. Thank you, Tiger. It is my pleasure to be here today as a Toastmaster. Today's theme is hobbies. Now, we all know that we have a hobby right here. For most of us, I'm assuming that Toastmasters is a hobby, something that you do because you like it. This is not a corporate club, as Amanda would say. So nobody's forced to be here by their boss, I don't think. Maybe IU, but nobody else. So today's hobbies, we're going to find out what people like to do besides Toastmasters. And our first person who's going to help me run this program today is our awe counter, Shilpa. Shilpa's favorite hobby is arts and crafts. She also likes being outdoors and hiking in the woods. She said there's nothing more satisfying than creating something. I don't get excited over diamonds. Well, I'm sure her husband's glad to hear that. But I do get excited over art supplies. So Shilpa, please tell us about your awe counter role today. You're gonna need to unmute yourself so we can hear you, please.
That was something to be sorry about.
No worries.
Whenever we speak, we tend to get lost in our thoughts. So we use words like ah, so, and we repeat then. I'm looking for words like this called filler words in order to know that how much we are using them. Once we know how much we are using them, we can always improve on them. At the end of the meeting, I'll give a report. Back to you, Tiger.
Thank you, Shilpa. Our next participant that's going to help us with this meeting is our timer, who is a guest, Hitaf. Hitaf loves programming languages and is now into artificial intelligence. I need some of that. She loves to study at the university. She's going to study at the university. That is her dream. She loves gymnastics. She loves to learn different languages and today can speak 2 languages fluently, English and Turkish. So please welcome Hitaf, who's going to give us her report on the timer.
So, as a timer, my role is to remind, record, and report the time used by each speaker when they are delivering their speeches. I'll use 3 pictures with 3 different colors. We have green, yellow, and red. Throughout the meeting, I will signal each participant, including the prepared speeches participants, table topic participants, and evaluators when they have reached their time limits. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. Do you want to show us your what you're going to use, your visuals, real quick, Hitaf? Your green, your yellow, your reds. We'll come back to her. We'll come back to you here in a little bit. So the grammarian is Alice. Alice is into self-awareness. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, go ahead, Hitaf.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, so this is the green signal. And this one is the yellow one. And lastly, the red one.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Back to Alice. Well, one thing we know about Alice is she loves to sing, although she didn't share that with me, which I really found was interesting. I guess she figures we already know that. She's into self-awareness, health book courses, and personal development. Alice, will you please share with us your role as grammarian today?
Hello, Tiger. Today, I will try to be the illuminator of our stage. I have your good use of language and grammar. The word of the day I chose is a debate in which opposing forces or influences are balanced. Don't you think that our club is in that state of equilibrium? It also means a state of physical balance and a calm state of mind. Let me use the word in some sentences. One more bit of bad news, and I'm certain to lose the emotional equilibrium I have. Or, when you are healthy, all of your body systems are working together in perfect equilibrium. And my favorite one, equilibrium in life is attached when the state of mind, body, and spirit become one. I challenge you to use the word of the day, and I also wish to have equilibrium in your lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice, for that unique, that was a unique interpretation of grammarian. I'm going to be very excited to hear your report at the end of this meeting. Well, let's move into the first phase of our meeting. We have 3 excellent speakers today. I'm very excited. Our first speaker is Kanang, and her evaluator is Michelle. Now, Michelle has lots of hobbies. One thing we know about Michelle is she loves to read. When she moved, she had to dispose of hundreds of books. We also know that Michelle recently has taken up shooting. I personally, who only live a mile from her, are going to be very careful what I say to Michelle these days. And she is now into traveling in the RV. So Michelle has lots of new hobbies, that's great. At her young age, she has many years to enjoy those new hobbies. Now, Kanang is going to be our first speaker. Kanang, now this is funny. She says, my biggest passion is sleeping. But then she also said that she's going to try and get over that so that she can do more. And her passions that she wants to do more of are education. I think that a purpose that suits me is I can work with my passion and get paid and be a rich person. And then I can use that money for education. What a great goal. Of course, when she gets rich, I'm going to be requiring her to send me some of that money. Kanang, speech is visionary communication. Level 1, evaluation and feedback. This is her second speech. The title of her speech is Find Your Confidence. Kanang, please take it away. Thank you.
Today I'm going to give my speech title is Improving My Self-Confidence. So why do I need to improve my self-confidence? Because I know that self-confidence is the key to success. The purpose that I'm joining Toastmasters because I want to improve my self-confidence in public speaking. So why do I need to improve my self-confidence? I find that 3 main purposes that I need to improve my self-confidence is the first one. I need to know what the main purpose that I want to give to the audience. And the second point is I need to be clear in English language. On this point, I just on improving myself in English language. Am I trying to learn English language with the apps Elsa. I practice every day. I find myself confident by practice what on my weakness. Yes, I'm practicing it every day again and again because many successful people say that if you want to influence in something you want to be, you need to practice it again and again, and then you'll be good at it. And the third point is I need to respect myself, because if I don't respect myself, nobody else can believe in me. Respect means that give yourself a value. And respect to the audience, respect to everyone. Respect and honesty and trust from the people. And the second question I asking myself is, what is the value of my self-confidence in public speaking? I try to find the answer for myself. I think that when I'm confident in public speaking, people will get the information that I'm giving to them clearly, and they trust me what I'm giving to them, and they get the message I'm giving to them more clearer. And the other value is that I think when I'm confident in public speaking, the value is I will get more successful in life, personal growth, because we all know that confidence is the key to success. The first point is I get trust from the audience, and the second is my personal growth, and the third is my message. If I give the good message to the people, to the children, they will get clear, and they will remember my message that I'm giving to them. My message, I want to give education. I want to give a good education for the children in developing country like in Cambodia. Because I trust education. Education can give a win to a person like me. If I don't have education, I don't get education, I don't get opportunity to learn English, I cannot be here. And I'm thank you to my parents, especially my father. He give me to he take me to school. I want to say about my memory when I was a child. Few foreigners come to my house. My father was working with a World Food Program that building a road at my village, and some foreigners from many countries, from America and from Cuba, they come to my house and they saw me and my brother. They are so friendly. And I love them because they are nice to the children and to my parents. They speak so friendly. I want to speak English like them. They spoke English to me and I speak Khmer to them. I want to speak English like you, and they smile at me. And someday when I grew up, I had opportunity to work in a province, and I met many English speakers from Ohio State of America. Those foreigners are so nice to me. They help me with English language and internet. Many people from Ohio State, they help me create a Facebook account at the first time. I don't know how to create a I don't know how to sign up a Facebook account, but they help me. And then I try to search many things on Facebook and on the internet because I want to know many things from the famous people and from the successful people. The first famous people that I search about is Queen Rania, Queen Elizabeth II of England, and a special couple is Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan, the former president of the United States, because I love them. And I learned a lot from Nancy Reagan because she is the nice lady of the United States, and Reagan also the nice president of the United States. I like their kindness to the people. So I want to be the nice lady that bring many things to the people too, especially to the children. They can create many things wonderful for the world. Thank you. Back to you. Thank you.
And thank you, Kanang, for that passionate speech. Perfect speech for the theme of the day, passions and hobbies. Okay, our next speaker is going to be Nazar, and his evaluator is Federico. Federico likes recording videos for YouTube channels. As many of you already know, he's probably reached out to you to do your recordings for YouTube and for Instagram. He also is working on his first book about Salvadoran legends for the spring 2021. We will be waiting for that, and I'm excited. Thank you, Federico. And our second speaker, Nazar. He is someone who likes working out and sweating. I like that. Sweating's good for you. It helps me become more at peace with myself, and it gives me a feeling of accomplishment. His speech is 3 to 4 minutes. So for the timer, it's only 3 to 4 minutes. It is delivering social speeches. This is his second speech. Nazar, the virtual podium is yours, sir. Take it away.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the Day. Thank you, Tiger. I am here today to honor my father's soul. I am here today to share a part of his stories with all of you. This year is the 4th year since my father passed away. My father's life wasn't an easy at all. He came from a family that they do not believe in education. They see education as an expense, not as an investment. They see education as a liability, not as an asset. But my father decided to break the chain and pursue his education. And when he decided that, all of his surrounding and his family members, they were putting a roadblock after a roadblock after a roadblock. And they were challenging him not to pursue his education. But my father left his family, moved to another city, finished his education, becoming an English teacher, and fell in love with my mother. My father was so passionate in teaching English. How can I forget? And I was one of his students. Yes, I was one of his students. He taught me in 5th grade and in 6th grade. On one side, I was so embarrassed as I was the teacher's son among my classmates. But on another side, I was so proud to see such part of my father as a teacher. He was a great father and great teacher to me. My father had 6 kids, and he supported all of us slowly to pursue our education and decided and give us the area to decide the kind of life we want to ourselves. I want to tell him, thank you, Dad. Thank you for teaching us how the good father should be. I promise you I will be with my daughter, Kinda, and as a good father as you, and continue of what you have broken and of what you have built in the new chain that you have started 50 years ago. Rest in peace, Dad, and thank you for everything. Back to you.
Thank you, Nazar, for another very passionate speech. I'm sure your father would be extremely proud of you today, sir. Thank you. And our third speaker, you know what they say, you save the best for last, right? Amanda's smiling. Is Amanda, and her evaluator is Amy. Amy has a lot in common with myself. She loves to get out in nature and go for long walks and swims. When she's indoors, she likes to be cooking and drawing. Amanda's favorite hobby is art, watercolors, when I'm painting, and charcoal for life drawing. Time flies when I'm drawing or painting, and it's such a mindful way to spend the day. Amanda's speech is engaging humor. This is evaluation and feedback. This is her second speech, and her title is Rescue Rationale. Amanda, it's all yours.
Thank you, Tiger. I really love people. I really love them, but I can't eat a whole one. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow dog lovers, I need to tell you my story. This is the story of Toto, and I will be speaking for him. You ask how I could rescue my human as a tiny little ginger dog. Well, this is how it happened. My human can't do much wrong. She is my savior. She brought me to leafy London, where I now have luxury. Imagine how it was for me in Romania. I was on the streets. I was hiding under cars. I was lonely and abused, hungry, looking for a friendly face and food. And then the dog catchers caught me and put me in a terrible kill shelter. I was very lucky that my human brought me here to London. As I say, I now have luxury. I've got my own bed. I've got plenty of food. I still worry that I might not get the next meal, but I trust my human. And she is lovely. What can I say about her? She is more lovely and more temperate. Now that's a bit of Shakespeare, and you thought I was just an uncouth hound dog. She's kind. She's caring. She's got a big garden and a big lap. And often she's a big drama queen, but don't tell her I told you that. She doesn't know that I've rescued her back because we might have a good deal. My sister, Romy, that she adopted, and myself, we might have a good deal, but she gets plenty out of this arrangement. Don't you worry. She gets incredible guard dogs. We bark at everything that moves to make sure she's fully protected. She gets plenty of exercise, and boy, does she need it. And she's in a much better mood when we've been for a long walk. She also gets unconditional love, especially when she doesn't think she needs it or wants it. So she gets tons out of this relationship. And so do we. But for all the good things about my human, she's not perfect. No way is she perfect. And I'll explain why. We get baths on a far too regular basis. I don't know why we need to have a bath so regularly, but she's dogmatic about that. The other thing that is very weird about her, she picks up our dog eggs in a little black plastic bag. What's that all about? We say nothing. We just watch and learn. Another thing that she does that we hate, and we're dog tired of it, the doggy jokes. They're awful. I'll give you her favorite at the moment. She says it too often. Now, we all know she loves books. So here goes with the joke. Outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Because, wait for it, inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Now, is that even funny? For dog's sake, she keeps saying it. Another joke she's so really fond of is, what's the difference between a dog and a marine biologist? The marine biologist tags a whale and the dog wags his tail. Well, it's obvious, but again, other humans laugh like drains when they hear this. We don't think it's funny. Another thing she does that drives us potty is she talks about toast, mastering toast, and we never see any of the toast. I mean, where is the pigging toast? We all love toast. I can see Ayu is nodding too. She likes toast. Toast is worth sitting up and begging for. The other worst thing about this toast mastering malarkey is the feedback. Day in, day out, she hounds us about feedback, and it's either positive about me not licking the vicar as if I would. And there's also the encouraging suggestions that we continue to practice our sit and stay objectives. Good luck with that, Mrs. It ain't gonna happen. But we all know that she is barking mad. You and I know. We won't tell her. She doesn't even know that she's been rescued, really. And now that we're allowed on the beds, her training is nearly complete. Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Oh, yes, you can. So, I would like to give you my canine opinion, whether you want it or not. They say that godlessness is the main problem in the modern world. But I'll tell you from where I'm sitting on this very comfy sofa, that it's actually doglessness, which is the major problem. Doglessness leads to loneliness. It leads to leftovers, and it leads to a lazy lifestyle. So there is a solution. I would ask you to consider all the benefits of having a rescue dog like me rescue you from your dogless lives. And I ask you to hurry and go and see a man about a dog today. Back to you, Tiger.
Thank you, Amanda. A dog that likes Shakespeare and has a British sense of humor. Who could not love a dog like that? That was wonderful humor, Amanda. Thank you so much for that. Well, there you go. 3 wonderful speeches. And if you look at IU right now, she's showing off a dog, and I'm sure that dog would have plenty to say about her or his owner. Phase 2 of our meeting. This is my favorite part, hopefully also for you. And to facilitate this part of our meeting is our table topics master, Sarah. Sarah's hobby is learning languages. So far, she can speak 3, Spanish, English, and German. She says she's still struggling with French. I don't know if that's struggling with the French or with the language, but either way, she's struggling with French. She's also learning a language. Learning a language is a never-ending path that gives you access to understand other cultures. And when traveling, it helps, which is also a passion of hers. So without further ado, please unmute yourself and give a very warm welcome to the lovely Miss Sarah.
Thank you, Tiger. We have a lot of topics today, of hobbies, and I try to do some topics related to hobbies to find an equilibrium in this meeting. And I hope you enjoyed them, and I invite the guests to participate as well. I will share my screen. As soon as I can do it. Okay, I'm sure that all of us like to travel, because otherwise we wouldn't be here from many other countries. So the first question is, you have to organize a travel or a meeting for our club, and you have only 2 options to choose, 2 cities. Rebecca, will you take this table topic?
I didn't get that, Sarah. Can you say it again?
Could you take this table topic? You need to organize an event for our club, and it will be only in 2 cities. I will show you the cities, and you can choose one and tell us why.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Ready?
Okay.
The first option is Las Vegas, and the second option is New York. Which one will you choose and why?
Well, right now, I'm not going to choose Vegas because the temperatures there now is over 100, according to my girlfriends. And I'd like to choose New York City since they have already eased up on the COVID. So maybe I choose New York City. Is that okay?
Some activities that you could do with our club there?
Oh, the activities that we could do in New York? Well, I'd like all of us to go to upstate New York, because that's where it's really beautiful. You know, maybe go all the way up to Niagara Falls, you know, see the beautiful, there are beautiful vineyards that we can pass through on our way up there. And it's I've been there about 3 times, and if it's just for a weekend, I think, you know, that would be wonderful. Beautiful restaurants, you know, beautiful scenery, and of course, the powerful Niagara Falls on the US side. I think that's it, you know.
Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. Very nice choice, New York and some natural excursion.
Yes.
Thank you. For the next question, it's a very similar question. You need to plan an open air activity with your friends, and you have 2 options. Melba, would you like to take this?
Yeah, I will take it.
Okay, Melba, you have two options for this activity with your friends. One is a classic music concert and the other one a yoga training. Which one will you choose?
Okay, thanks Sarah for your question. Actually, I don't choose both because I like to spend my time going to nature like beach, river, or rafting. Because I live in city and really get bored to me to see high builds, many cars, and populations. So I want to see the new things. And I had exciting experience when I went to the forest in January 2020. A place too conservative for orangutan. So when I arrived there, so many monkeys welcome to us and stare at us, really scared of me because it was my first time. But we walked through the forest till we met the orangutan. It's about 10 orangutans, and they had body like us, fat, tall, and yeah, etc. And you know, one thing that I'm afraid of it, they try to close us because they knew we broke some food and we had to give it to them. If we didn't, we kept following us. So we had to feed them with fear. And fortunately, they are good and not dangerous as I thought, because it's conservative and they often meet a human. And then we walked through the forest till finish. And the last one we did rafting, and it's nice rafting. To do rafting, it's nice, and I think it's memorable experience that I had at the time. I think that's all. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Melba. Very nice. Also an excursion in the nature with the orangutan. I think that's an incredible idea. Let's go to the next one. Maybe a guest wants to participate. Habib?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. You have a friend who really loves to read. And in this summer, you read a very good book. You know that your friend will really love it. So please recommend him the book. The book is called Keep Calm and Love Hamsters.
I try to recommend this book to my friend. Yes. Well,
Yes.
I think my friend will love this because, as we all know, hamster is so cute and they are so small. So we can keep it in our hands and we can hug it. I think hamsters can make us forget our problems. For me, hamsters is a cute animal, and I'm hoping that one day that I can have hamsters with me. But unfortunately, I live from my hometown. I stay at a dorm, so I cannot have it right now. But I wish someday when I come back to my hometown, I think I will have it, and of course I will recommend it to my friend, and well, I think my friends will love it also because they ever said to me that hamster is also cute and it's so hugeable. I mean that we can hug them in our face and what else? I think that's all. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you very much. So a very good reason to read this book is that hamsters are lovely and we need them somehow in our lives, right? Okay, next question. For the next question, I will ask maybe another guest.
Atul, want to try, Sarah?
Okay, Atul, please. You are a very good cooker as a hobby. You have become so good that you currently have your own YouTube channel. And your YouTube channel is just for salads. So tell us why we should watch your channel.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. In the recent lockdown, I have become a good cook, not due to my interest, but due to my need. And salad is one of my favorite things that I want to eat. So if I start a YouTube channel, and I have a YouTube channel, definitely salad would be on the top of that list. And in that, I urge everyone present in the meeting to eat salads, not because it is delicious, but because it is healthy. It adds roughage to the diet, and thus it balances our body, removes toxins. So you enjoy and your body also enjoys. Two-way benefits. And what I like in the salad is the small tomatoes, then asparagus, after that avocados. And one more thing I like very much is onions. So all these things plus some oil, that gives a heavenly feeling to me. And if someone is so much interested, then there might be something that would have interested him. So I urge every one of you to at least try the salad once, and then you can decide whether you want to have it or not. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Wow, very nice answer. Thank you very much. So you like almost all the ingredients for your salads, and they are not just healthy but tasty. So we should watch your YouTube channel for sure. For the next question, maybe we have another guest, Joanna. Joanna, are you there? Would you like to participate or?
Sarah, she's having problem with the audio. She's not able.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. In this case, I will choose Alice. Alice, would you like to try this one?
We cannot from Marian. I don't know if it is a problem, but
no, I don't think it is.
Okay, I don't know if I can. Okay,
let's
ask
try.
Me and I'll
Yeah, you won the photography prize 2020 for National Geographic, and now you have to give the winner speech.
I think I wouldn't know what to say if I won the photography prize.
Just imagine.
Yes.
Sarah,
photography
can I suggest?
What would you say? Photography was always my biggest passion. I took photographies wherever I was. That time I took that photography who won the prize was a very important time of my life. And that moment was the moment that won the photography prize. I was with my mother and father and my family on vacation. And we were in that place, and it was raining. We had a meal, and I went out and took that photography. I felt something when I did that. I felt something strong. When I saw the photography, I knew that there was something in that photography. So I sent it to the contest. Thank you.
Wow. Very good, Alice, with a lot of feeling.
Okay.
And yeah, that was great. Madam Timer, do we have time for one more question?
I think we need to go ahead and move on, Sarah.
Okay, so thank you very much.
And thank you, Sarah, for a wonderful, engaging round of table topics. Thank you, all the participants. That was fantabulous, if you guys remember that word from a past meeting. Now we get to move on to phase 3 of our meeting. This is, as the dog would tell us, a very important part of making toast, and that is feedback, so that we can all learn from each other and improve our speaking skills. To facilitate this part of our meeting is going to be Yasmin. Yasmin loves to get out into nature every morning. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, 4 a.m. She gets up at 4 a.m. and goes out on a trek, either hiking or biking. She especially loves watching birds, and I just happen to know that her favorite bird is the peacock. And one other thing that we learned about Yasmin earlier in the speech is that she learned how to swim at a very mature age, and so swimming is also her passion. So Yasmin, it is my honor to turn this part of the meeting over to you. It's all yours.
Thank you very much, Tiger. It's always a reminder to hear our hobbies from someone else. And now I would like to welcome you all to the most exciting and awaited session. Yes, the feedback. This is what makes Toastmasters different, that we welcome the feedbacks. We are looking at the evaluators to really give us constructive feedbacks. And your waiting is going to be very soon. As I invite the very first evaluator, which is going to be Michelle, who is going to evaluate the speech of Kunang. So I give the floor to you, Michelle.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. And thank you, Kunang, for sharing that speech. I never cease to be amazed when I listen to you and I see the progress from one meeting to the next. It's incredible. If any of you have not heard Kunang when she first started, I think it was about 3.5 months ago, and compare it with now, the progress is amazing. Kunang, you have so much more equilibrium now, even with the way that you position yourself on the screen and your virtual background. It's very nicely balanced. You also strike me as having more emotional equilibrium. You're not showing as much nervousness as you did during your first speeches. And in this particular speech, I really loved how you started strong by stating what you're going to talk about. And then you mentioned, I will cite 3 reasons why I really want to develop my confidence in public speaking. It was great. You had me hooked there. So I was waiting and listening for the 3 reasons. And you did give 3 reasons. Because sometimes we hear people say 3, then they don't give 3. But you did. And you even mentioned first. And then later on you said second. And finally you said third. Great job with that. I love your vocabulary. For somebody who is learning to speak a language, you have excellent vocabulary, and I love how you use it. And third, your smile. Your smile, whenever you smile, it's radiant. I really love that. Now, because this is a speech, this is your evaluation and feedback speech where you have given something before, you have spoken before, and then you got feedback on it. I was trying to search in my memory banks, trying to remember what that speech was. Unfortunately, that previous speech, I think I may have missed that. I may have been traveling. However, I'm sure that you've improved from that previous speech. A couple more suggestions. Your smile is incredible. I would like you to focus more on a silent smile and not accompany your smile with something that sounds like a nervous giggle. And I think it might really be a nervous giggle when you say, so you're smiling, but then when you're giving us that, and then sometimes you move your shoulder up, which really indicates you're probably nervous, it takes away from that equilibrium that we're watching. So you can trick us, you can fool us if you just smile like Mona Lisa, but don't, or keep it silent. Keep that away from it. And we will think, wow, she is so comfortable. She is so confident with her speech, and we will never know that you are nervous. So try that, Kunang, in your next speeches. Keep that radiant smile, but try to turn on the mute for the and you will be wonderful. Back to you, our general evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Michelle. The second speaker was Nizar Kadir, and I would like to invite now the evaluator for his speech, Federico. Federico, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Nizar, for bringing us this speech to honor your father. Your father, as you showed us, he was a great example of someone who broke that tradition. Someone who was courageous to go even against his own family, something that is pretty hard to do. You gave us great examples of what he was trying to accomplish and how he raised 6 fantastic children. Something that for many people, especially breaking a tradition, would have been impossible. Now, let's focus on the things that could have been improved. I will invite you to get one of these ones. It's a tripod, or if it's a little bit expensive, you can use a bottle. You don't need to pay a lot of money. And type your phone horizontally, because when it's in a horizontal mode, it will look like similar to a PC. I already tried something like this in another Toastmaster club. When this one got broken, I needed to fix it, and I pasted my one, so it was clearly visible, and it didn't look like, let's say, when you have a portrait mode, and especially if you were in a competition or something like that, especially in your case that you're a very bold and very, let's say muscle or gym guy, your arms are not very visible, and since you are a very energetic person, you start moving and you're getting out of the boundaries of the camera. But if you're able to use, let's say, the bottle and just to tape it, then you're going to have a clearly visible, right, like right now. So why am I telling you about the bottle? Because you will have certain height. Since I might be wrong, but I believe that you are like a quite tall man. So based on that fact, I am just giving you that the bottle can help you. You can get 2 liters of Coke or something like that, and you will be able to crash it easily. The second one, when you're telling the story about your father, maybe go in depth about some of the examples, or maybe even if he was able to persuade some of your relatives who thought that this was impossible, that he broke a tradition and they move in the same way. Maybe it was not immediately. Maybe it took 10 years, but they realized that education was something important. I miss that part of how later your grandparents thought that this was something beautiful for them, that they saw, hey, this was a failure, but now we have learned from it. And the part that I will challenge you is that one. Go a little more in depth. Tell us more a little about those stories, because that will empower your father of what he already did, and that right now you're carrying on his tradition, giving your example with your daughter, and showing to more people that breaking those old traditions are what we need more than ever. Hopefully, your father is really proud of you, Nisar, because you're carrying on a great tradition on your shoulders.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Federico. I would like to invite now Amy, who is going to be evaluating the speech for Amanda. Amy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Yasmin. I had the pleasure I'm having the pleasure to evaluate Amanda's speech, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Unfortunately, my internet has been acting up, so it cut out for the beginning, so I didn't get the initial section, but as soon as I jumped into it, I was immediately there and gathering what was going on. And before this speech started, I asked Amanda, is there anything to look out for? And she had said the previous feedback was that it wasn't that clear that it was the dog's perspective. She was speaking from the dog's perspective. Now, given I jumped in at the speech having missed that bit, I found I was straight away aware that you were speaking from the dog's perspective. I think you zoned in really well at identifying that it was a dog speaking to you, speaking about the owner. So I think that's obviously something you definitely you worked on, and you resolved that, because it was really well done. I loved the humor in all of it. I just thought it was so funny, and your amazing play with words when you had dogmatic about that and dog tired of it all. These were brilliant, and it really brought your speech to life. A recommendation I would have is, because it's such a fun speech and you're playing around with characters, it would be really, well, I suppose this is more like a bit of a challenge. It would be really interesting to see if you try to get more into character of playing around with being the dog, or when you're shifting from your perspectives, and just, or maybe if you were stood up, or you were just more, there was a bit more energy or movement brought into it, as you delivered it all from a very calm, mean manner, which I love too, but I just think because there's so much fun with it, it'd be exciting to see if you could play around with that, bringing in a bit of facial reactions, or some little playing around with tones in your voice and everything. Otherwise, I loved it. I loved all the speech, and I really found it. And then your message at the end was so powerful. So again, that was another point that you had been raised from your previous speech, and I think the point at the end was so clear and really powerful and well delivered. So the whole purpose of the speech is you give it once, you have your feedback, and you work on your feedback. With respect to that, it looks like you've really nailed it in all those points. The other was pause between different points. My internet was so dodgy that I couldn't pick up on that, but I found your pace was beautiful while you did it. So as I said, great humor, brilliant delivery, maybe just play around a little bit more with characters and energy into it, but overall a fantastic speech and lovely point to share with us all. So thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Emmy, for that very comprehensive evaluation. May I now invite our supporting rollers, people with a supporting role. To begin with, maybe we can have the grammarian, who has already excited us. So I would like to invite Alice to present the grammarian's report.
Thank you, Yasmin. Today there were many shiny examples of good use of language. I will begin with accounter Shilpa. I liked Lost in our talks. And Timer had a perfect and clear language, and I loved her strong voice. Wow, her voice was perfect. Kunang, some phrases. Self-confidence is the key to success. If you need to influence in something, you have to practice. If I respect myself, if I don't respect myself, no one is going to respect me. I want to be the nice lady to the people, especially to the children. Nizar, my father decided to break the chain. What a nice phrase. Amanda, the doggy jokes. Doglessness leads to loneliness. Rescue from your dogless lives. Table topics. Sarah, she used the word equilibrium. Rebecca, I loved her clear and powerful voice. Atul, enjoy salads and your body also enjoys. Yasmin, you welcomed the feedback. Michelle, she used 3 times equilibrium and keep that radiant smile and turn on the mute. That's all for me. I don't have anything more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alice. It's the time to go to the counter. Here comes Shilpa. Shilpa, please guide us through our filler words. To you, Shilpa.
Thank you, Yasmin. What an accomplished audience we have, the group of people here. It was difficult for me because there were so less R's and ums, but it was also easy because I didn't have to do much work. Or is it? We all excel at controlling at our R's. What I would like to suggest you is people can be mindful of not starting their sentence with R's. Sometimes, like Alice and Amy, they started their speech, although they didn't use much of it. So we can keep track of that. Second suggestion is that we should focus on not repeating the words. What we are doing is we are saying you did this, you. So those kind of repetitions, that would be the next level of stop using our filler words. So the most filler words were used by Habib, you used a couple of them, and Amy, you used a couple of them, Rebecca and Atul. But I guess we are all learning here and we can learn from perfect speakers like Michelle, Tiger, Amanda. So we should also not use filler words like so here. On that note, I give back the meeting to Yasmin, hoping that we all use less of filler and repeat words.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shilpa, for that very comprehensive reminder to us. I hope you all can hear me. It's just that Shilpa is now over. I can do more and ums. With that, I would like to invite our timer, Hita. Hita, we are awaiting your very first report. We know it's going to be excellent. Please, the floor is yours, Hita.
So for the prepared speeches, we have speaker number 1. Her time was 7 minutes, 5 seconds. Speaker number 2, 2 minutes, 46 seconds. Speaker number 3, 7 minutes, 20 seconds. And now let's move to table topic speakers. Speaker number 1, 1 minute, 5 seconds. Speaker number 2, 2 minutes, 12 seconds. And speaker number 3, 1 minute 34 seconds, and finally speaker number 4, 1 minute 25 seconds. And now evaluation. Evaluator number 1, 3 minutes 40 seconds. Evaluator number 2, 3 minutes 12 seconds. And finally, evaluator number 3, 3 minutes 22 seconds. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hita. I'm not sure if you have seen the chat messages or not, but I have to bring it up to everyone as a general evaluator also. Maybe I can start with Hitaf itself, that your voice is mesmerizing. It just makes the message pass through. So keep your tone of voice, Hitaf. Very well done. Now coming to your role, Hitaf, I think you have done an excellent job, given that you have taken up this role as a guest and for the very first time. It's not easy. Timing is absolutely not easy. And what we love is the novelty you brought to it. You had 3 cards to show to us with the messages: safe zone, green, great work, yellow, and we are reaching the end, red. Great work of sharing the screen. At one point of time, I was wondering what will happen if someone else will start sharing the screen, because then you cannot. But you did it well, because then you started messaging in the chat box as the time has gotten over. So this was an innovative and a new part, and I bring this up in this meeting also as general evaluation. Summing up to our whole meeting on the whole, we know that it has been, like all others, amazing meeting. For a moment today, it was different because our presiding officer was also the Toastmaster of the day. But he has done both the jobs brilliantly, excellently, and humor that he added in with our hobbies. So we all smiled with you, Tiger, and very much for bringing that vibrancy and humor to this very session today. I would say that we had 3 evaluators, which were very excellent. To begin with, Michelle, the range that she covered in Kunal's speech, like from her in equilibrium, from her emotional equilibrium to her presence on the screen. And it was very clear that it comes too easily when there is one very clear recommendation. And it was one very clear recommendation from her side to Kunal, radiant, muted smile. Coming to our second evaluator, which was Federico. He also was very wonderful in illustrating, making illustrations as to how it can be done and covering up on the speech. For a moment, I thought that he's getting a bit more into the visual part of the thing, and maybe he will lose on the time to cover the other parameters of the speech, and that did happen. So just a note for you, Federico, to please also keep in mind the time, because then you have, this is the role of the evaluator. They really have to time it up so that all the evaluation, all the aspects they want to cover goes well. For Amy, I really appreciated the way she connected with Amanda earlier to know what she is looking for in her feedback, and then to sort of, bring up those particular aspects. So it's a very good thing to do always. I encourage all the evaluators to connect with the speakers in advance to really look, to see in case they have something in particular to look at. I would also like to congratulate our table topic master, Sarah. She did an excellent job today. She had range of topics. The visual impressions on the screen were very good. I realized that it's difficult for her to control both the screen and the chat, because some of the guests, they were very proactive and were willing to be part of it. Their proactiveness is a congratulation to the table topic master, but at the same time, I really like the way Ayub came in to just feed in that a guest is having an interest. So this way, it shows the teamwork, and in a way, we are sort of welcoming our guest. This is enough from my side, I guess. I'm sure I have not covered everything, but I would just sum it up saying, yet again, it was an excellent meeting, and let's continue keeping this up. I give it back to the table topic master, Tiger.
Thank you, Yasmin, for a wonderful general evaluation. This meeting had equilibrium. We had 3 wonderful speakers, excellent table topics, brilliant evaluations. Thank you, everybody. At this time, I would like to turn the meeting over to our esteemed Vice President of Education, as she has a couple minutes of things to share with us. So IU, please take it away.
Hi everyone. This is my first, or our, actually not mine, our VPE corner, which is I get to announce about our club and member achievement. First is congratulations, Nisar, for finishing level 2.
Thank you.
And then Sarah for finishing level 1. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And guess what? Alice has enrolled pathways. What you choose, Alice? What is your pathways?
I have chosen presentation mastery.
Presentation mastery.
Yes.
Congratulations, welcome to Pathways. And then the next one is just one small things about the free toast host. So for everybody, for members, if you are the Tom, if you are the Toastmaster of the day, when you register or sign up as a Tom, you will get message from free toast host every time me or any one of the members sign up for another role. So once you put your name there, sign up as Toastmaster, you will get busy the whole that whole week. Get messages from the free toast host. So don't get confused, just for that day, just for that weeks. And then the third one is Sarah was when somebody having slide on and you cannot see the whole gallery. What you can do, one tips, there will be a fine line between the pictures, the videos, and the slide. You can move it a little bit just drag it a little bit. That's a fine line over there. Hover your cursor there, and then you can hover it a little bit. The slide will become smaller, but you see the gallery view more. You see the video more. You can have like for example, usually you have 4, then you will have more like 8, for example. And then the last one, for all speech evaluator, if you have, I encourage every speech evaluator to give a written speech evaluation form to send it by email or by WhatsApp, whatever is that, to the speaker. It will be a gift to a friend. It will be a gift to fellow Toastmasters. How about that? So that is all from me. I took 3 minutes. Back to you, Tiger.
Thank you, IU. Excellent meeting, everybody. Thank you all for your participation. And now I will turn the meeting back over to our president. Let me see if I can find him here somewhere. Thank you, Tiger. That was an excellent job of Toastmastering, by the way. We are on time. How about that? Amazing job, everybody. Professional, fun. What's the motto of our club? To learn and have fun. To learn and laugh. And so there you are. One thing I would like to remind you before we go, many of you have already renewed and would greatly appreciate that. Those of you that have not renewed, please do so. My VP of Education right now is smiling. If you have any questions, please direct them to Yasmin. Great meeting, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and close the meeting now. Please stick around afterwards. I would love to get comments from our guests and from our members. So at this time, I will go ahead and officially adjourn this meeting. 1, 2,